Hey everyone, this was sort of a mess up episode. We had some audio issues, but overall it was a really good episode. It was really funny for us. We had a good time recording it, and we really didn't want to see it go to waste. So we're just going to throw it to you guys for like a bonus episode, and I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to a work in progress podcast with a month hiatus between us. We come back to you in full swing. How are we doing, gentlemen?
I've just been informed that there is a Wonkaverse.
Yes, there's a Wonkaverse. The both of the Willy Wonka movies are connected. All right, they're not like so the newer one with Johnny Depp. It's not like the same guy. It's not. Obviously, it's not.
No.
Two different people.
Yeah.
So my working theory is that the Johnny Depp one is set in America, okay, and then the original one with Gene Wilder is set like Europe somewhere. All right. If you watch the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie when he says I'm running away to his dad, right?
Yeah.
He goes to like a flag museum. He walks back to his house. The house is gone, like it was never there. Foundations ripped up, just disappeared. Right?
Stolen by the Amish.
Listen.
Have you seen that video?
No.
Mason, you know what I'm talking about?
So like,
You know what I'm talking about, Mason?
Why are we talking about it like it's the Avengers? It's Willy Wonka.
that's what I'm saying. No, listen. There's something going on in the Willy Wonka movie. I call it the Wonkaverse.
That should be the title of the episode.
Wonkaverse.
So listen. So in the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka, the first one, I don't know what it's actually called. It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Willy Wonka.
It's Charlie and the Chocolate.
So
I don't know what.
So the first one, the older one, I feel like that Willy Wonka, the European branch,
Yeah.
he paid the Oompa Loompas because they looked like they worked 9 to 5, right?
9 to 5.
Right?
They're Oompa Loompas. They don't work 9 to 5. They're indentured servants.
Nah, bro, they work 9 to 5. the ones that Johnny Depp movie are indentured servants, bro. They don't. They're slaves, straight up. He stole from their homeland, right?
Johnny Depp.
How surprising when the white man comes to some native tribe and steals them, right?
I don't know if he stole them. I think they like offered to help because he was paying them in like cocoa beans. Yeah, remember that?
So they are
he was
indentured.
offering
Where
them
did they
cocoa
live?
beans. That's all they wanted.
Where did they go?
I don't.
They live
Have
on
you
the-
seen that factory? It's big.
Do they live on the property? Okay. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed or not. So in the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie, and the scene where they're in the elevator, the Oompa Loompas are testing weapons of war.
Hey Siri, where are Oompa Loompas from?
Here's what I found from angelfire.com. Oompa Loompas are a race of people from Oompaland, which is a tiny country just south of Armenia, bordering the Caspian Sea.
He's enlisting terrorists?
No, I'm not kidding. There's a scene in the movie. There's a scene where they're in the elevator, right? And
I know what you're talking.
they're like going over like this giant mountain range.
Yeah, whenever all the fireworks are going off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those Oompa Loompas are shooting those fireworks out of guns, out of cannons.
This has become the most valuable segment of the entire time.
Now, wait a minute. Everything's coming together in my mind right now.
See, I'm telling you.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is Al Qaeda. I don't know what to say.
It's not Al Qaeda. It's not Al Qaeda.
Not a sponsor.
Willy Wonka is. I'm telling you, Willy Wonka, right? He started. He's producing weapons for war, right? So it means he probably did some kind of. He instigated some kind of war, so he could be, the leading producer of these weapons that he's making, right?
Mm-hmm.
Willy Wonka did 9/11.
Did you just laugh at your own joke now?
I was building up for this.
Willy Wonka did not know.
Listen,
He had to get started somewhere, but I don't think he's going to be like that.
No, listen. How do do we know? How do they know? In the Willy Wonka universe, how do they?
Do you think an Oompa Loompa could overpower a man and take a planet to a
Yes.
tower?
Yes. He's got like 12 of them, yeah.
Listen,
Number game.
listen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the scene where they were rolling the big girl. You know how heavy she must have been?
Well, she's full of gas.
Yeah, she was full of gas.
Gas giant.
Mm-hmm.
How
So
do you know?
she was very light, actually.
I don't know that.
That-
I don't know that.
But
It's-
she filled up like a balloon.
Yeah.
That's what the movie wanted you to
Yeah,
believe.
But like we watched it happen.
Yeah.
That's what the movie wants you to believe. Okay?
Yeah, gas is way lighter than like a
Whatever
solid.
happened to Augustus?
Augustus Goop.
Augustus Goop.
How do you think they got him out of that pipe? Huh? So, and also the Gene Wilder movies, like the older one, he just killed the kid.
Oh yeah, no, he was a serial killer. He was a
I've
murderer.
never seen the first one.
You've never seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Are you insane?
The original,
Your imagination. Yeah.
that's copyright strike right there.
Oh.
But listen, I'm telling you, there's something going on with those movies.
Somebody right.
Like when they get on the boat, there's always whenever they got on the boat on the Chocolate River and they go down the tunnel.
Mhm.
In the original one, Gene Wilder was sitting there singing like a super creepy song, and then in the remake, they were going like on this fucking roller coaster, but it's like on a boat.
Yeah. I don't know. Every child and then Grandpa Joe were the most annoying characters in any film I've ever seen.
So also, obviously, in the American version or the Johnny Depp version,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
there's some kind of economic downturn happening, right?
Like inflation?
No. So
Inflation, that's the
what
real
my
enemy of
theory
these
is since Willy Wonka shut down his factory because someone tried to steal his recipe, right? The economy crashed.
So there was an economic decline that led to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory leading a terrorist organization.
Yes.
Have you seen their delivery trucks? Like in the movies?
No.
That's like some government stuff.
Right.
Why is this making sense to me right now? It is. Why is this making sense to me right now?
The Wonkaverse is the most intricate cinematic universe we've ever
Oh
seen.
my god.
Now I'm gonna put you on something real fast. Willy Wonka candy in real life. I'm telling you, it's real.
I've seen it, yeah. Isn't it like
Yeah, those that tall tale about razor blades being in candy. That's Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you.
this is the most awakening thing I've ever
I
seen?
I
So I think in the Charlie Chocolate Factory, Johnny Depp, his Willy Wonka, has a monopoly on squirrel labor.
I do know in the movie those are all real squirrels.
Telling you.
How do they train them all though?
the world may never know.
I'm telling you. It's an interesting universe with a lot of depth and detail.
I just don't know why this is making so much sense to me right now. Like it's a freaking kids movie about a freaking chocolate factory. Now I'm starting to think that he's actually the leader of a terrorist organization after an economic decline in his country.
I mean, have you seen that guy's eyes?
Dude,
He takes
He-
off those goggles.
He looks like he's been through
not
some.
even from America.
He's got some secrets.
He's not even from America.
Where's he from? Like the Ukraine?
I don't know if you know
The
this,
house
but
that
so
disappeared.
any of the flashbacks he's in, I was like a winter setting. I was cold.
Oh my god, he's from Siberia.
I think he's from Russia.
Oh my god, I can't listen to this anymore.
No. It's over. Or like a Canadian province. Probably not though.
His dad. I don't remember exactly, but
Oh, yeah.
the guy who played Count Dooku.
Yeah. I forgot his
Here's my theory. Marlin from Finding Nemo
Oh no.
was so upset that he lost his son that he developed schizophrenia,
We're not talking about
and
this
he manifested Dory.
Keep talking about the Wonka.
for the Wonkaverse.
For the Wonka.
Golly.
It's worse somehow.
The schizophrenic
It was
Marlin.
great. It was better. So I think at the end of the movie, he goes to find his dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
He probably scoured the world forever to find his dad. And in like the middle of this field, in the middle of this Siberian winter setting, there was this house, his childhood home, and his dad was still alive. After his dad had disappeared, his dad has some kind of magical ability to teleport at will, or his dad is in cahoots with the Russian government, and he got his house uprooted instantly while his child was at the Flag Museum.
What if the dad moved like next door, and then like had someone rip down the house, and he just like stared at him through the window?
He's like, son, where are you going?
Listen.
You got it.
Because well, Willy Wonka basically said that I'm gonna run away and go eat candy all over the world, and his dad's like, "When you come back, I will not be here."
I mean, I'd kick my son out if he said he was going to do something like that.
And his dad's a dentist, right?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, his dad is a dentist. Give you a little roundhouse kick if you keep coming back with some candy.
And Willy Wonka was sneaking candy on the down low.
Well, I mean, that dude's head looked like Saturn. So many like braces and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. So in the movie, he like says, "I'm going to go travel around the world." So he goes to a flag museum.
Yeah.
And it's like that scene where he's like walking, smiling around.
It all centers around the flag museum.
Yeah. No, not really all about the flag museum.
The flag that he's most interested in is the communist flag, the Soviet Union. Oh my god! Don't nod at me. No, man. I can't with this topic.
So, I have a question. Do you think the influences and the original Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, what do you think that's from? Obviously, they're not going to be from the same place. They don't look the same. They're different. They're different species of people.
They're from the Lollipop Guild in Wizard of Oz.
They were cloned.
No,
They're munchkins.
The guy saying, how he had the same guy do all the work for that. They're clones, or they're the same.
He had to have kidnapped them from Munchkinville in Wizard of Oz.
And they're skin orange.
Mm-hmm. See, you're picking up what I'm putting down. You're smelling what I'm stepping in.
I don't like that analogy.
You don't like that analogy? Sorry about that.
I'm telling you, the Wonkaverse is real. There's more movies connected to it too. I just can't remember what movies they were, but there's more movies connected to it. Have you seen the thing? There was like a TikTok back maybe a year or two ago, where this guy pretty much took Simon Cowell and he connected everything to it, just from Simon Cowell being in Shrek. Because you got Shrek, and Simon Cowell was on.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen Shrek was in another movie, and then Simon Cowell's in all of his movies.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell is either God or something.
I wonder if like other movies are connected. Like,
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I don't mean to cut you off, but like the Sandler verse is a thing now.
Sandler verse.
Yeah, Adam Sandler movies, like they're all connected now.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
I could see it. Like, what about like the Lorax and Horton Hears a Who? Would those be considered the same?
That's a good question.
No. I would also like to point out what a great musical the Lorax is.
Oh, that's a phenomenal.
One of my favorites, hands down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say the
cast was stacked too.
Is it the How Bad Can I Be?
Yeah.
That song. I love that song.
It's such a good movie.
How bad? Yeah, I remember.
So I don't think they'd be connected.
The more I think about it, I don't think they would be either.
The more I think about it, the less they'd be connected.
Yeah.
What about like The Grinch and the Cat in the Hat?
Now that one could be legit.
They could be connected.
Because the Dr. Seuss.
There's such a
Then Horton Hears a
array
Who.
of Dr. Seuss movies.
I think the Grinch would kind of depend because they take all place in a snowflake that's falling.
There could be a snowflake that would be in the same universe as the Cat in the Hat.
I don't know if you've seen the Cat in the Hat movie at all, but
That's a whack ass movie.
yeah, I don't know if just the
Who let Austin Powers play the Cat in the Hat?
I don't know. Actually, that's the reason they.
Baby, yeah.
That's the movie. The Cat in the Hat's the reason why they can't make any more live action Dr. Seuss movies.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
The Dr. Seuss's wife was so offended by the movie that she said, "You guys can't do this anymore." That's why all the Dr. Seuss movies are animated now.
Imagine making a movie to where like the family was like, no,
Nah, dude,
you
you
can't
just
do this.
disgraced his lineage.
You can't do
Wow.
this.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if you. What's the last time you watched The Cat in the Hat?
Actually, since I was little.
Go back and watch it.
There's so many innuendos.
Seriously?
It's so bad.
I just
super bad.
my fondness
The
memory
Grinch
of that
is
movie.
really bad too.
Yes, no, the Grinch is. It's honestly, it's a 50-50. The Grinch is either worse or
The Grinch is probably like 2 jokes away from being just as bad.
Yeah.
I just
I
remember
think the
him,
only thing I say to it was Jim Carrey and not.
well, in the Cat in the Hat, I remember him about to murder the two kids. I remember him cutting off his tail and then almost saying, "Son of a bitch."
There was the scene where he gets kicked in the balls. He gets hit in the balls with that, and he's hanging up on a tree.
Mm-hmm.
It cuts away to that scene where he's like on the swing, and he's all bright, the unicorn.
It's a rough movie. Let's leave it.
I gotta rewatch it.
It's pretty bad.
Just get like a group of like 10 people in one room to watch it.
There's the scene where Cat in the Hat was a hippie, and like, yeah, man, he had like a giant pen, and like the Bob Marley thing going on with his hair. That was a little go-to.
I don't know how this film made it out to anything.
Then there was the scene when they were in this nightclub when everyone was wearing Dr. Seuss hats and the Cat in the Hat hats. He couldn't find his hat, but he really had his hat the entire time. And then there's the guy that likes, the clean guy, the hand sanitizer guy. Mm-hmm. There's the babysitter. They ride her down a river. There's the fish. I've never seen the fish.
I gotta watch this movie
Here,
again.
hang on. Okay, so I pulled it up. Okay, 2003 film, right? It's rated PG.
I wonder how uncomfortable those parents were in the theater.
There's just like a theater full of parents like, oh, what is this? But anyways, it has a 4-star rating.
Out of 5?
Yes. But on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 9%.
Oh my god!
And look at the fish.
What the hell am I looking at?
It's rough. Should we read some of the reviews?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I need to read the name of the person?
No.
Just say.
Okay, I'll read the
Just give-
first one. It's a 3-star, rated 2018. So when I watched this movie a few weeks ago, I saw this was too mature for the kids who are reading the book because there was many animals treated poorly. That's their primary
PETA
concern.
on that. Okay, that's
And
weird.
this kid swings a bat at the cat and hits his crotch. Next, there was these scenes where the cat uses the word bloody, and then he finds out he cuts his tail and yells "son of a" parentheses bleep, and he makes a mess, and the things spread around it. But the cat does clean up the house in the end. That's the wrapping it all together part. He cleans the house. Next, there was almost swearing, and the cat picks up a garden tool. He called it a dirty hoe.
Oh my god! I do know that.
No, a dirty hoe. He looked like he growled at it.
Yeah, we're not going to read the rest of this. We're trying to stay on YouTube.
Here's one review that's rated 5 stars from last year. Phenomenal, a true masterpiece, an American classic. Mike Myers gives the performance of his lifetime in this film, and it is arguably one of the greatest performances ever. If you consider yourself a person of culture, then watch this movie because you will find it hilarious. This movie never fails to bring me joy no matter how many times I watch it. In fact, it gets funnier each time I watch it. I'm not sure what I'd do without this movie in my life, so please do yourself a favor and watch it too. If you're anything like me, The Cat in the Hat will bring you great warmth and happiness. Not only that, it has its fair share of stressful and dramatic moments that will have you on the edge of your seat. The Cat in the Cat in the Hat is truly a beautiful example of the duality of man. the, the character development in this movie is like no other, and will have you rooting for each of the protagonists by the end. If you like having a good time, then watch this movie. If you're in need of some joy or comfort, then watch this movie. If you enjoy laughing, then watch this movie. If you want to feel human again, then watch this movie. This movie is underrated and deserves more recognition as one of the greatest works of art of our generation, if not all time. It will always, it will, it will always hold a special place in my heart. The Cat in the Hat is surely a cinematic masterpiece, but more than that, it's home. Mr. Schuyler, you are a true warrior. Oh my god. There is a comment under this review. It's pretty long though, so I don't know if you guys want me to read it.
I'm ready. If it's anything like that first comment.
Rated another 5 stars. The Cat in the Hat is beyond comparable to other films due to its complexity and enjoyability. This film is truly one of a kind, as it includes so many different elements that contribute to its perfection. No other actors can ever recreate the raw emotion that Mike Myers and Alec Baldwin display in their excellent performances. Alec Baldwin doesn't miss. Anyone who attempts to duplicate the quality of this film is just foolish. While I consider the whole movie to be flawless, one element of this film that never fails to amaze me is its meaningful and elaborate symbolism.
You're right, Alec Baldwin doesn't miss.
The way that Mike Myers portrays Jesus Christ in this film's compelling symbolism is an unexplainable yet beautiful work of magic that I will forever hold dear to my heart. It's safe to say that this film is the best one ever created and will continue to stand the test of time.
Mason, you're right, Alec Baldwin doesn't miss.
Oh my god.
Beetlejuice, phenomenal. What he did last month, he didn't miss. He got a twofer anyways.
Reviews for The Grinch. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I got a 1 star here. I'm just gonna choose your general reviews, but I'm gonna look for an out there one. 5 stars. Okay, yeah. So Roblox fan rated it 1 star in August of this year. Pretty bad movie to be honest. With all the French angles and the snow and the dull colors and settings, this movie just looks so messy. Really didn't like it. The Illumination one is better.
It's not. It's not. Listen, I'm gonna put my own 2 cents on this. The Grinch movie with Jim Carrey is probably a cinematic masterpiece. No one can ever replicate it.
Half of these are just praising Jim Carrey.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, I've got like a Bible verse. Like it looks like a page out of the Bible. He's like, there's like.
There aren't very many reviews.
I got. A beloved classic by Dr. Seuss has been brought to life in this colorful live-action adaptation from Ron Howard. Anyone who's familiar with the story and the 1966 cartoon from Chuck Jones will likely get a joy out of this version as well, despite having extra scenes not in the original source material. Jim Carrey is memorable and hilarious as the Mean Green Machine, who absolutely steals the show. If it wasn't for him, I don't think this film would be as great as I do today. When it comes to my own experience, I prefer this one over the original, mainly because it has a lot of rewatch value. Wait, is this actually like a genuine review?
There's people on here hating on Roblox, man.
There's a genuine. This is a genuine review. Wait a minute.
People just putting reviews on the guy who gave it 1 star.
I want to hear what they say about Roblox, man.
Here's one. I'll let you read it.
Read it out loud.
One of them says Roblox fan is obviously high as hell and needs to stop messing around. This movie is top tier. The Grinch was completely relatable as a villain and deserves a recognition as such. I think this is such a great movie, funny and a good family movie. Jim Carrey does a great job as the Grinch.
I don't know if I'd consider it a family movie necessarily at parts. cards.
Yeah. Mm.
Just the way, just the look in his eye. It's like, no, this is not a family.
No, he used to scare me whenever I was
I used to be terrified of that film. Not gonna lie. I used to be scared of it.
It's another meme movie.
We haven't talked about the Lorax. And like Horton Hears a Who. What about those?
Talking about Dr. Seuss.
There's so much to talk
read,
about.
read the reviews for the Johnny Depp. Willy Wonka.
Sure.
Yeah, read the reviews for that.
You want to pull those up, Mason? Say what? You want to pull up the reviews for Charlie and Chocolate Factory, the Johnny Depp one? Like, okay, I love the Lorax. Okay,
I can tell.
like that movie is so good. I watched it like a few days ago because it was just family event. It was on the TV, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite movies.
Wow, it's an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
4.5 stars.
ooh, I'll look up the
I
Lorax.
want to review my in-depth analysis on the Wonka verse
Just,
on that
dude,
movie.
just
all-
like put
all
an
of the
audio
reviews,
link into the
listen.
comments.
All of the reviews are like genuine reviews.
Yeah.
No meme. Hold
Here,
on,
I'm looking up
I've
the
got a,
Lorax.
I've got a, no, I've got a film. I've got a
The
film.
Lorax got 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. That hurts.
You should look at reviews for The Room. Yeah. It was considered like one of the worst movies of all
This
time.
person's talking about agendas in Dr. Seuss movies. It was Danny DeVito yelling at Ed Helms for a movie, and they're talking about agendas.
So I looked up the reviews for Shrek, and each of them are like full out essays, double spaced, Times New Roman. Like they're long reviews.
Read one of them.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. Like,
Here, I'll read one for the Lorax.
wait, no.
All of these.
I am deeply in love with Shrek, so I wrote this song for him, and I think he will feed me onions after this. You were dancing in your tube socks in our hotel room, flashing those eyes like highway signs. Light one up and hand it over. Rest your head upon my shoulder. I just want to feel. I just want to feel your lips against my skin. White sheets, bright lights, crooked teeth, and the nightlife. You told me this is right where it begins, but your lips hang heavy underneath. And I promised myself I wouldn't let you. I can't read this. I can't read this. I am uncomfortable right now. I am genuinely uncomfortable.
Wow. I couldn't read the Lorax reviews. All of them are just talking about how they're all like pushing like save the trees. Oh, it's the Lorax. it's no.
Look at the reviews for The Room. The Room? What's The Room? Mason, you know how to explain The Room?
The Room.
You know what that is? You don't know, you guys know what that is?
Mm-mm. Clearly not. No.
It's like, it was considered like one of the worst movies of all time. But it's actually super good. It's funny. It's the oh hi Mark.
Oh yeah. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh hi Mark.
That's The Room. Look at reviews for it. Then he's praising that movie.
Sorry, I was texting my father.
How's your paya?
Huh?
How's your paya?
He's all right.
Padre. Papa. Papa.
He's all right. All right, you said The Room.
Yes.
Let's see. I think this movie is a timeless masterpiece. Why, you may ask? The factors of a movie that make it good, if done well, are good cinematography, good acting, good writing, and a good direction. I think this movie excels in every single one of those things. The cinematography is absolutely breathtaking. The way the camera gets blurred and shaky at random parts of the movie really gives you the feeling of the trauma and stress that Johnny is going through. Because this movie makes me feel the same way, confused, stressed, and frightened. The acting is phenomenal, and I'm stumped by the fact that none of the actors got an award for best performance. Tommy, how do you pronounce his name? Tommy Wiseau? Tommy Wiseau's acting, especially, is absolutely stellar and 100% convincing. The way he puts absolutely no effort into any of his lines, like "Oh hi, Mark," is a creative and intuitive way of telling us about what this character is like. The writing is incredibly clever and it really makes you feel like you were watching a movie about aliens trying to pretend to be human. The dialogue is very consistent and totally doesn't have a million plot holes in every single scene. Tommy Wiseau did a wonderful job at directing this movie. As I walked out of the theater, I was looking for a bleach shop when I realized that this movie is actually a timeless masterpiece that will stay with me for a very long time. Sure, I burned the theater down after watching this movie, but I eventually did realize how amazing this master stroke of a movie really is. Bravo, Tommy Wiseau.
I'm convinced half the people writing movie reviews are just doing it as a joke.
Oh no, they 100% are.
There's no way they can't be. And that's. You got one, Caden?
Well, you can keep talking.
Keep talking. Okay. I have to fill the blank noise while these guys are searching for reviews.
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
Birdemic, Shock and Terror,
What about like?
2010 movie.
What about a review of like Chicken Run?
Hold on.
Okay. Aside from like these movie reviews, what do you think is the worst movie you've ever seen?
Birdemic, Shock and Terror.
Graham?
The worst movie ever. I'd have to think about that. I've never evaluated the worst movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some best movies that I really enjoy.
I've got one.
You got a worst movie?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
I have never.
It is a real life adaptation of the Dragon Ball Z anime.
Kate, we can't do that. Copyright strike.
Yeah, it's copyright, bro.
That's why we're talking over it. And I can't hear it because I.
Well, actually,
headphones on.
aside from Dragon Ball Evolution, which is something probably a few people know.
Okay.
So, thanks to the YouTube channel Dead Meat, who does the kill count videos, I discovered a movie series called Silent Night, Deadly Night, a horror slasher series where the protagonist decides if people are naughty or nice, and he kills them. And the worst movie I've ever seen, I think, is Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 or 3, in where there is a line that is delivered when he's on a murder spree, and he says, "It's garbage day," and he shoots him. That is what that's from.
I think I might have a movie.
Here, I have a gift it's from the movie. Like, this isn't edited at all. That's from the movie.
Oh my god.
2010. That's from the movie 2010.
That looks like it was. Oh.
That's terrible.
It looks like a bunch of photoshopped birds in the sky.
It's also a screenshot from the movie.
That's so
Screenshot from the movie.
Oh my goodness.
That's so bad. But I know one movie that was just really bad all around. Just because, like I could pick bad movies because of plot. Like Percy Jackson 2. We're not gonna look at that.
The Lightning Thief, I loved it.
Lightning Thief was great. I liked. I know it's not what the book was, and if you are yelling at me right now, stop. I don't care. I liked it. Anyways, but okay, the movie that was the worst thing ever, was this movie. Okay, we had to watch it in 8th grade. He found the chocolate bar on your floor, and I was eating it.
I'm hungry. Continue.
Okay, so 8th grade, we had to read this book. Okay, and this book was about this dude in a mental asylum, right? And he would ride his bike around the mental asylum every day, but we didn't know he was in a mental asylum until the very end. So it would just take us on his journey, and if he's like taking a letter somewhere, he was supposed to go like 2 states over on bike to go take it. And so, like, it would tell each chapter like he was on another leg of his journey, but really each chapter was like a section of the road around the asylum. And it took like 200 pages to tell that. But they made a movie. This book is called I Am the Cheese.
Is that the movie where like the I can't remember his name. Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, he wasn't in it.
Are you thinking of Shutter Island right now?
I think it was a movie where
Isn't
he's like his like wife or their children.
Yeah,
That's
Shutter
Shutter
Island.
Island.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
I haven't seen it, but I saw a clip of it actually last
That's
night.
on Netflix. You need to watch that.
I saw a clip of it last night actually. I never
Watch it.
Yeah, but yeah. So he's riding around this mental asylum. And the movie was awful. It was so bad. Like the first probably 10 minutes was just this dude on a bike, sweating, pedaling.
I can
We watched this as a class, and then he just goes to this random dude on the side of the road, and he's like watering his plants in his garden, and he just like parks his bike, grabs the hose out of this dude's hand, and starts like guzzling water. And this old guy's just staring at him, letting him do it. It was so bad. That's as far as we got because we all started laughing. We had a sub, and the sub got mad at us for laughing at this movie. He's like, "You guys need to be paying attention. You cannot be laughing at the movie." And we're like, "What are you talking about? This is hilarious." I was like, and then we all got like a class period long lecture from our teacher because apparently the sub left an awful note for us. It was such a bad movie. Like to this day, if you ask anyone in the class, they'll be like, "I have no idea why we got in trouble for laughing at that." That was probably one of the worst movies I'd ever watched.
I think entertainment wise, I was entertained through this movie, but plotline wise, the most recent Star Wars movie. I say that because there's a few lines that just feel like really underdelivered or like no enthusiasm. Like you can tell that the actors read the script and like what the hell is it? What the hell is this? Like can't remember the character's name. But there's a scene where they're all gathered up like before the big showdown. They're like somehow Palpatine returned, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, it's
Poe
Oscar
Dameron.
Isaac.
He says that, and like you can just tell that he did not want to say that. Like you could tell that was like the stupidest
Oscar
thing.
Isaac's a good actor.
He is.
He just he did pretty good.
Oh no,
Force
he
Awakens
kills
wasn't
it.
Terrible. As a standalone film, The Force Awakens was
Mhm.
not bad. It set up a pretty good, trilogy.
Mhm.
It was Rob.
Well,
Dead.
my opinion is, what my opinion is on those movies, if the prequels and the originals never came out and those were our Star Wars movies, they might not be that half bad,
But they're not.
but they're terrible. Because why would you try to make a sequel over that?
Listen, you don't make a Star Wars film and then have one of the characters saying, "This is not how we win. How we win wars is not fighting; it's saving what we love." That's not
Yeah,
gonna work in a Star Wars movie.
No, that is terrible.
That was I saw that line and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I wanted to walk out right then and there. Ugh. I wanted to walk out right then and there. It was
For the end of the movie.
yeah, because no one was staying after that. Like I heard the entire theater collectively sigh. Just it was so bad.
Yeah, and we just met them. That movie. Like, how do you love him already?
That makes sense.
Like, good God.
They went to the casino together.
Oh my God.
They went to Space Vegas. Of course they're gonna fall.
Of course,
in
they
love.
went to space.
They would just like if you took that entire plot line out of the movie, it would have no effect.
I think the movie was
Like if you cut out every scene where they went to Canto Bight, it would have no effect on it.
would have been a little bit better.
Like no one would be lost.
I'm gonna rip on Star Wars right now. Have you ever seen the original versions of the original movies? They were terrible.
What do you mean?
Like, have you seen like any of the special effects or CGIs from the original movies, unedited, anything like that?
Well, a lot of it was models and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jabba the Hutt was a regular dude.
Oh, I know. I've seen that.
Disgusting. I was just appalled. And then they in the
Because you know him as
the fat lard, yeah. And then in the first edit, they made him. He looked terrible.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the edit. But can we talk about like how much potential is coming up though? Whenever they don't go off the trilogy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got Book of Boba Fett coming out.
Oh,
That looks phenomenal.
That's gonna be good.
Because they've got some. Rogue One was not bad at all.
I loved
Rogue One was a great movie.
I teared up a little bit.
I thought Solo was pretty good. Because
I've never seen it.
they obviously can't bring back Harrison Ford. Okay, because they're not going to have him play young Han Solo. That's not going to work. So people can just, I know it's annoying, but people can just deal with that. Okay, they're working with what they got, and then they chose Donald Glover, Lando Calrissian. That was great.
Perfection.
And it was a great lineup. Okay. What?
The love relationship they're trying to set up with Donald Glover is not a robot. I thought that was weird.
The robot died anyways.
Spoiler.
But yeah, those two I thought were okay. And then The Mandalorian obviously is a great show. I think that collectively as a society we've accepted that.
That is the one thing that can bring back communism to be the same thing, is that we all love that. It did. It really saved that.
Well, no, I think Disney Plus probably would have made it, but that was once they got all the Marvel movies in one place, that's what.
Well, whenever they get the rights to Spider-Man, if they ever get the rights to Spider-Man,
what they did, they have a way that they both get stuff out of it, so they've got it secured for the time being. That was a terrible scare, though. I hated that.
Marvel has their own Spider-Man. Like they don't own and they don't own
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
They don't own Tom Holland. Sony owns Tom Holland.
Well, yeah, but they were talking about I saw this article. It was Kevin Feige, right? Okay. So he's talking to where in the future, basically, they would have basically Peter or Tom go with one of either the MCU or Sony, and then one of them would have Miles. So they'd split the two, so that way one could do the Sony and one could do the Marvel.
Well, Tom Holland is also saying right now that he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to keep doing it, but at the same time, a while back, he said he would love to keep doing it. So maybe there's something happened in this movie that ruined it. I don't know.
Well, apparently he himself changed a lot of the script. I read an article on how he didn't like the original ending and how he didn't like how a certain thing happened, and they changed the script for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see. I want to see Andrew come back. He needs a redemption movie because he was dealt a really bad hand.
Seriously, I would have loved to see a trilogy with him.
The Amazing Spider-Man was not bad.
Oh no, I kind of hated the suit though with the eyes.
I love that.
You really? I love the suit except for the eyes. I just didn't like the eyes.
I love the yellow eyes.
The second suit though.
No. I liked the first. I liked it because it was like a darker adaptation.
I do. I know what you're saying, and I enjoy that. I just don't know why I didn't like the eyes. I just didn't like them.
That's more of a personal preference.
The plot
The second movie was. It was like.
I told you.
Together.
Yeah, I watched it and I was able to follow it, and I enjoyed watching it. But a couple of times, you're just like, what the hell, man? It's just so preventable. You didn't have to do this.
Because Harry was never mentioned until then.
Yeah,
he just showed up, and all of a sudden they're lifelong friends. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Electro, not a bad villain. It's just why is he blue?
They did him dirty.
They really.
In the comics, whenever he becomes actually one with electricity, that's what he looks like.
Yeah, but
they did Jamie Foxx dirty.
Yeah,
he's getting his redemption arc at this movie.
Jamie Foxx looks great for the new movie.
He does.
Did you guys see the thing where they zoomed in on it?
The arc reactor.
Yeah, it's an arc reactor.
He's proper Electro.
I like how he uses his powers with a classical electro management of electricity.
Yeah, and then they've got Rhino in those movies too. We don't talk about Rhino in those movies. I don't think anyone wants to talk about Rhino. The Lizard, he was not a bad villain. I didn't think
he was a good starter villain.
He was a good starter. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool because we'd never seen Spider-Man do with stuff I don't know, in the sewers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really creative.
That was a newer take.
You saw him use his intelligence and his spider intelligence to be able to make that web.
That was a really cool scene. I liked that. But because Toby, all his stuff was on the sides of buildings and in the sky and stuff.
Yeah.
Andrews was I don't know. I just thought it was interesting to switch that up. I thought it was cool.
And Andrew did kill it. I loved him as Peter Parker.
He was
it was definitely different from the nerdy stuff that we saw with Tobey Maguire. It's definitely different because Tom Holland, he just basically got thrown into glory.
I thought it was kind of funny at times
Andrew Garfield's.
Yeah, like whenever he like was covered in ash, and like his aunt walks
It's like
in.
I was
cleaning the
clean-
chimney.
We don't have a chimney. What? Yeah.
That was actually really funny. I like that.
No, did you see have you seen the video? It's like some person asking about the leaks where he was on the scaffold.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
He said it the same way.
He did. I don't think Andrew was acting in the movie.
Yeah.
What I think about these Spider-Mans is Andrew Garfield's by far. I love Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield's the better actor of the three.
Andrew, he definitely grew up as
Mhm.
a theater kid, for sure.
100%. Well, Tobey
He knows
Maguire.
how to act.
Tobey Maguire is an okay actor, but when he gets mad is whenever you're like, okay, he's a good actor. But the rest of it, he's just kind of monotone. And then Tom Holland, he's just that little kid with his high pitched voice.
I don't think Tom's a bad actor though.
No, he's not a bad actor. Have you seen The Devil All the Time?
I have not. But
The Devil All the Time is a Netflix movie, and he is actually phenomenal in that movie.
I think the Uncharted movie has good potential too.
I hope. I'm rooting for it.
I don't know. Video game movies aren't usually that good.
I know that's what we're hoping this
Yeah.
will fix it.
And it's Tom Holland. And he, like, from the trailer, he looks pretty good in it.
I mean, the trailer looked really good.
Like, I'm gonna watch it. I've only played like 30 minutes of an Uncharted game.
I have played it too. I
Like,
got bored of it.
I watch people play it. I'm like, okay, this is entertaining. So
I played 4 for a while, and I was like, I'm forcing myself to play this.
yeah,
I'm not
I want to get into it, but I feel like it's something that you got to play from the start.
That's a problem. I have problems starting games. Like,
Yeah.
once I start a game and get into it a ways, I'm good. I'll keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's starting out the games. I can't. Video game starts need to be better,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
I'm hoping they come out with a. Oh, they are coming out with one, but I hope this next Spider-Man game is pretty good.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
That's gonna be.
it's gonna be amazing. I'm sorry, but I didn't really like Miles Morales that much. I think it's just because I don't like his voice actor.
It shows a really young voice actor.
Yeah, like all respect to the guy, he's getting paid, and as a
think
guy
he
who
did
wanted to
good,
do
but-
voice acting, I appreciate him, but like I just didn't like. I just find him annoying when he talks. Like I'm just like, all right, Miles, shut up. Let's just go kick this guy in the face.
I mean, I like the game. The game.
No, the game
itself
was good.
So fun. Insomniac's doing great with these games.
But the way he leaps off buildings backwards to face the camera.
With all the exaggerated
The swagger of a black teen,
yes. Yeah, that I played the game like 2 or 3 times. It was short. I finished it in an afternoon.
Well, the regular Spider-Man one, I think that's one
That
of my
was-
favorite games of all time.
That story, like honestly, that could have been a movie. Just like the whole plot.
The
was it.
Sinister Six and all that.
Oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful.
They're kind of doing
game.
that with the Spider-Man movie now, but with
Yeah,
2
but
other
this-
Spider-Man.
Are they going to come out with the second Spider-Verse movie?
Oh, dude, I don't know. You can't replicate that.
That was a
That
great-
that
I hope they do.
that is probably my favorite animated movie of all time.
That was, animated movie I watched recently.
What's that?
Spirited Away.
Great movie.
It was really good.
Fun fact. So Spirited Away is like the biggest movie ever to come out like in Japan. Like they re-release it in theaters like every other year. And the Demon Slayer movie that came out, the Mugen Train, it beat that movie in the box office. It's the first movie in Japan history to beat Spirited Away in the box office.
Really good movie to watch it.
No,
Just watch it.
Great
that's why I
movie.
got quiet and just sat here and listened.
I know you're not a big like anime guy, but Spirited Away is definitely something you should watch.
The last anime I watched was Pokemon as a kid.
Like, I'm not even a big anime
We don't even
guy.
count that.
Like, I'm not even a big anime guy. I don't
Mhm.
watch anime regularly. But, like, I was like, oh, this is really good. So I watched it. It's really good.
The movies that come out or like that are like solo movies are phenomenal. Like you need to get on Netflix and watch The Silent Voice. It's about a kid who bullied a deaf girl whenever he was in junior high, and he grows up like almost suicidal because he regrets everything that he ever did, and he meets her again, and he just tries to show that he appreciates her, and like tries to make up with her, and it's such a heartwarming story. I cried. I cried.
Nice Markiplier.
Shut up.
Like everything. I love Markiplier, though. He's great. He's really great.
I like his horror games. Whenever he plays those, it's
Oh.
really funny for those.
You guys know the games you guys should get?
What's that?
Phasmophobia.
I have it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Should play.
Oh, we're gonna play sometime. All right, bet. See, I watched. Have you guys ever watched Supernatural, the show? It's all about killing ghosts
I don't watch
and stuff like that. So like when I play Phasmophobia, like I go into it thinking that I can kill the ghosts because I know what to do from the show, but you can't. You can't do anything against them. They just destroy you. You can't do a thing.
Yeah, if I were going to play it, I'd buy it in VR.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna give Caden a heart attack.
You can buy it. You buy it you buy it like normally, like you would for your desktop, and it comes with VR.
I don't. Did you connect it with yours? Or?
Yeah, I told you that was gonna be a shit show. So if you made it this far, appreciate you for listening to that hellhole of an episode. There's no can to crack or anything like that. As you can tell, it is most definitely a work in progress of a podcast. And yeah, that's going to be all.